Hello, and welcome to Target Beats. There's this beat that there's a new wave of Amapiano that is currently going on in West Africa, and Amapiano is originally from South Africa. We have Kapsa the Smalls and DJ Maporisa who are championing that movement. So we decided to hop on the Amapiano wave, and we did this beat, Amapiano beat that we put on YouTube, and in I can say in about 2 hours it had over 20,000 views. So I just felt it's what people are looking for. So I wanted to break down the beat for you so that you understand how we made the beat. We titled the beat Pillar. It has this, if you go on our YouTube channel, it has this Davido picture on it. And we've had a few people that have hit us up and wanted to purchase the beat. And of course, a lot of people would also download it for free with the tax and everything. So I'm going to run you through how the beat was made. Let me just shut up right now and we go into the beat. So don't forget to subscribe. If you've not already subscribed, I like to make things simple for upcoming beat makers. And even if you're a musician, you can still follow through the beat because it helps you to have an in-depth understanding of how the beat was made. So let's do this first. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you components of the beat. So the beat sounds like this. Oh my God, I love this beat. It's the normal Amapiano tempo, which is 113 to 120, sorry. So it has this groove,
What are you waiting
and the normal that's basically what gives the bounce to Amapiano, is the you could use any instrument you want to make that, but usually we use the horns. Sometimes you could improvise and use a synth or a guitar, but let's jump into the beat and you understand. So Amapiano is basically about shakers. With Amapiano, they're very strong on the shakers. So we're gonna mute all of them so that you just hear the shakers alone. I took a sample loop and then I fixed it into the tempo, right? So my tempo or BPM that I'm using is 113. With Amapiano, you could go between 110 to 120 because it has to be groovy and vibey, So this is how the shakers alone sound. Very groovy, right? Usually I'll use more than one shaker, but in this instance I just used one shaker because I wanted to keep the beat simple. And then the next one is this. I'll go over all of them. So you have this also. The kick is kind of continuous, just to give it that party jam. And then you have this, which is basically doing the same thing that the kick is doing, just to give it more punch and more vibe. It's Amapiano is dance music, so you want to do more dance, right? And then you have a melody here. Amapiano, the name is Amapiano, so you should have that piano element, the chords. So these are the chords that I use, very simple chords, and I just loop them. I'll go over the chords so that you understand it better. And then we go to this instrument. Yeah, I told you, the groove. Ba, 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 ba. Just to give the chorus more spice. And then we go to this, which is kind of like a piccolo. No, sorry, this is my piccolo, which is kind of like also like a pincho, which is also kind of like a shaker. So yes, I did use two shakers, sorry about that. And then this is a transition effect, actually, yeah, just to give that reverb feel. And just some vocal samples. By now you should know that I use a lot of vocal samples in my song. So this is also a transition. Great, it's a vocal sample transition. So together with the snare, it goes like this. Good. and then we go down and I expose more of the melodies. This is a melody. Those of you who know, you know. Amapiano is basically log drum. So this is a log drum, you can tell. Yes, just to give it that vibe, Amapiano has this, I don't know how to say, it has this techno-ish electronic music feel, Great. So this is the log drum. Great. And then from the log drum, yeah, just some horns, just some melody, and a shaker that responds to the melody. This shaker I created on my own. I didn't use it because I wanted it to feel a particular way. And then the next is a snare. So you can see this is very little, but a lot is going on here. I'll break it down to you in a moment. And another melody. Just some kick, to punch it up and make it more exciting, right? And then another melody. A chord progression, right? Basically the same thing looped again, over and over, right? And then we have a lot of transitions down here. If you're a beat maker, transitions are very important. That's what shows how matured you are, in beats making. And you might be wondering, what is this down here? That's my tag, Everybody knows me for that. What are you waiting for? Buy this beat now, just to prevent somebody from stealing the beats. It's very important as a beat maker to have these kind of tags in your music, because YouTube is like a public space, and a lot of people get on YouTube and they can steal your music if you don't tag it right. Because I'm selling, I put a lot of effort into making the music, and if somebody wants to use the music to make their music and make money, then of course they need to give me some sort of remuneration for my time. So as a good beat maker, you need to have like a tag, something that's interesting. And this is my unique, it's very unique to me. What are you waiting for? Buy this beat. I feel it's more commanding, and yeah. So this is the Amapiano beat. Now let me break down the melodies really for you. Great. Let's break down the instruments one by one. So let's switch to pattern mode, or yeah, let's switch to pattern mode. Let me show you what really is going on here. It's not a lot. I mean, it's very simple to understand. This basically, you can tell from if you know how to read the drawings. So it's basically the same thing, but I use different instruments to make the same, because Amapiano is basically the same thing, but like same, the drums or the percussionists are usually playing the same thing, but just to make it stronger. So if I go to pattern mode, you hear this, what is going on here in pattern 1, right? Let's go to let me open it up so you understand. This is a normal Amapiano rhythm, because I told you in my other videos, the Afro beats goes pa 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 pa. Amapiano is very different. This is the Amapiano one. There are many other ones. It's pa 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 pa. That's a very common Amapiano rhythm, right? So I'm using my snares basically to make this sound. And then let's go into the next, which is the kick. The kick is simple. It's just a continuous kick, right? I could have drawn it outside there, but I just wanted to be more precise. So I came into the piano roll and I put it there just after every two. So it's just a continuous kick basically. And then from there we go to the right. The right is basically doing the same thing that the kick is doing. So it gives it this punch, like I would say. And then there's a melody, right? It's a very simple melody. If you know, I don't play the keyboard, so basically I do drawings. So this is the melody. You can copy the melody if you want. Just pause the video and copy the melody. Yeah, this is how the melody is. Let me push this down so you see it. Good. And what am I'm using an electronic piano. You can use something from Purity or whatever, but just make sure it's a piano, right? And then the next thing that I have here is the horn. I'm using a wood the woodwinds, right? But it's basically a horn, you know. So it's just doing the pa 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 pa. I don't want to say this, but Amapiano is basically like a lot of noise, you know. But you need to make the noise in a sensible way, you know, so that people don't get distracted. It's kind of like organized noise, which is what really music is all about. This is a transition. It's a reverb. And then the next thing I go to is this, a vocal sample, right? Great. And then washa, washa, washa. You know, like, I don't know, for us in the West African community, we make fun of the Zulu language and all that, you know. So I know washa basically means nothing in Zulu, but to us it's funny, you know. That's the South African. When we think of South Africa, that's what we think of, you know. Washa, washa, you know. It sounds more Southern African to us. My wife is a Zulu, you know, all respect to her, but you know, we make fun of each other. She makes fun of the West Africa. I also make fun of the South Africa, and it's all play, you know. At the end of the day, we are all one people, you know, we are all Africans. So after that, I went to the log drum. So this is very important, right? The log drum is basically playing around the same melody, but it's playing on shorter notes. And then we are playing on the lower frequencies. You understand me? So this is the you can see from the traceable, these are the notes, right? Good. And then I just pitch it downwards, right? So it's the same, basically the same melody, but pitched down. Good. Just to give it that techno-ish effect. There's a Purity, a piccolo, and this is basically what it's doing. If you know about beat making, you kind of like stay within the same notes, but then you give variations, right? So that's basically what we're doing. It's basically the same thing, but on a different pitch, you know. Good. So you can copy that. And the next thing that we go to is pattern 12, which is another shaker, but this is not an already made shaker. It's just something we made, and that was basically doing like the call and response side of it. And then let's go to pattern 13. So this is pattern 13, right? And don't forget to subscribe. It's very important, you know, because I spend a lot of time just to bring this to you. Some will get it from watching the video. Others, it takes time. Don't worry if you are watching and it's difficult to understand. You can pause the video. You could come back and watch it again. you definitely understand it with time. So this is what a hi-hat is also doing here. And then the next is pattern 16, which is another log drum, but sort of like more like a transition log drum, right? We're just using it to transitions. And you can see it's a lot of log drums joined together just to give that effect, right? Great, 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 great. Yeah, this is a Nexus plug, just to give it this. I used it in a particular place in the music, just to give it that punch, like I like to say, right? So this is what it's doing here. Ba, ba. Right? It's basically the same thing, like da 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 ba ba, but it has more of a delayed effect, So it gives, when you are drunk and you hear it ba ba ba, you wake up, and then you don't get too drunk. You can drink a lot of bottles of alcohol, because Amapiano is for the club, So that's basically it. And we go to pattern 18, right? You want to wake up the people who are drinking. Wake them up, bong, 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 so that they can enjoy the club. Hey, you didn't come to the club to sleep. Wake up, That's it. That's the chord I told you about. So it's basically the same thing that the plug is doing, but the plug has shorter notes, right? If I open it up, you can see it's basically the same thing, but the plug has a shorter note, right? Just to wake him up. Wake him up. Hey, you gotta drink more bottles. You are in the club. Wake up. See that booty. You're in South Africa. Wake up. Target Beats. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. It's all fun. This is a percussion, right? Like a djembe drum. But you can use a log drum to do this also. But I just wanted to have like a variation in the sound, right? Good. So, hey, that's the beat breakdown. We're going back to the beat, and you better subscribe. Hit that subscribe button so I can bring you more. Some of you are new to beat making. Don't worry. It sounds complex when you're new, but with time you get it. So subscribe. I'm gonna leave the beat to play, and you enjoy it. Oh my God. Oh, let's go. So this is more of like a Capsa Small, DJ Maporisa type beats, right? Oh, let's go.
What are you waiting for? Buy this beat. What are you waiting for? Buy this beat.
They are responding to you.
What are you waiting for? Buy this beat. What are you waiting for? Buy this beat.
You can hear it. Ba, ba. Shot. Do subscribe. I'm out.